I will admit it, I am not above the occasional foray at lunchtime from work to Walmart to get a blade fix. I know it betrays an empty hollowness in my soul and a shallowness that I'm ashamed to admit, but sometimes I just need a little retail therapy in the way of a new knife. And I don't have time to wait for Amazon. I don't have time to wait for Blade Center or Blade HQ or GP Knives or DLT or all my other favorite little porno sites. I need a knife fix right now. And that's what this was. This little guilty pleasure here, the Buck 110 lightweight. This was a 1:30, I gotta get out of the office. What should I go do? I know I'll go buy a knife at Walmart knife. And I was hoping, almost expecting to be disappointed by this knife. And actually, I am delightfully pleased. I love the Buck 110, but I don't like carrying around boat anchors with me, so I never carry mine. So that brings us to the design dictated utility of this Buck 110 light, and that is, it's a Buck 110 that people will carry. That's the conclusion I come to. You just pop it in your pocket, it's so light, no problem. And you have all the beauty and utility of a Buck 110 minus the good looking handle. But you have all the ergonomics and all the capability pretty much of the original. This is the original. Beautiful knife. I love that knife. Here, since it's out, this is the 112. Also a really cool knife. I like this one a lot. But anyway, we're looking at this one here. So how does it look? Well, it looks almost as beautiful as this knife, except the tip was slightly dulled. You can tell the guy who was sharpening this got a phone call right when he got to the tip, and it got a little blunted. Come on now, there we go. But the blade shape is the same. Unlike the new micarta 110s, the Pro Series or whatever they're calling it, when they changed the shape, I think it's not as attractive if we're talking about looks here. But yeah, so you got that, and then you got the same profile handle, but you got this sort of utilitarian, almost gun grip knurling here, and you got the Buck name here. I don't mind that. It's a $20 knife. You got a lanyard hole in a weird spot. I don't think it could go anywhere else, but it has a tendency when you have a lanyard to wrap over the blade. It's just a pain in the butt, but nice that they supply one. And it's all pin construction, so there's no fussing with this, kind of like the original. This lock bar here is a little proud here and a little sunken here. So it's got the fit and finish of a nice $20 knife. Now here's the thing that rubs me the wrong way. Sticks in my craw just a little bit. I don't know if you've seen, if you're interested in this, you may have also seen Gideon's Tacticals video on this, and he mentions this hump here. You see that, where the blade meets the lock spring, and it's because apparently they all look like that before they go through the final grind and buffing surface process. So apparently this 110 looked just like this 110 before its final buffing. But since they don't buff this because it's a polymer and it would probably just melt, they don't bother taking care of that in another way, which is it shows it's a $20 knife. Capability, I have no doubts it's as capable as this one. Let's see how it feels in the hand. Ergonomics are great, just like the original. This actually has a little bit more of a nicer grip in terms of grippiness. Of course, this brass and this diamond wood here will adhere to your hand if it's clammy, but it will slip right out if it's wet. This right here, that knurling feels good in the hand. Now, I've always liked this handle. It's relatively neutral, so you can use it in a variety of grips, especially this grip, whereas when you have something heavily contoured like, say, this. Not that you would use this in this grip, but it's less comfortable. So I can see how this could be a very nice camping knife, a campsite knife, just for doing odd chores. And you drop it and you put a little glow-in-the-dark lanyard and you can find it. Otherwise, you lose it and you just go to Walmart at your next lunch period and buy one. You can hear this. She's got a little bit of lock play, lock rock, and a little bit of side to side too, but mostly it's this lock rock. And I'm confident it's not going to close, but it's still annoying, you know. But it's a $20 knife. This is a $40 knife, and actually this has a little bit of lock rock too, just a little bit. Whoops. But you know, this is not a show knife, and this is not something that I have a lot of pride of ownership in. It's just a cool little useful tool. So I don't really mind that it does all that. Not for nothing, but it's got some really nice stone washing on the blade too, compared to this easily scratched up satin finish. That stone wash is pretty nice, I gotta say. It came very sharp. I got it super sharp on my sharp maker, and she's good to go. This is like a nice backpack knife or something. If you want a locking blade on you at all times or in your bag, but you don't want something that's going to be heavy, this is a nice option. So it opens nicely, closes easily. So deployment is nice on this knife, you know, for what it is. Let's see. That's how it compares to Rat 2, Bug Out. What else we got? PM3, or 2, I'm sorry. Paramilitary. Oh, here's one. Kind of a cousin of the 110. The Crooked River by Benchmade. Kind of dwarfs that when I look at it on the video. So, all right, I'm not going to go on and on about this, but is this thing worth it? Is this thing worth your $20 at lunchtime on a lunch break at Walmart when you need a knife fix? I would say absolutely. Even if it never leaves your car. You know, you go to the parking lot, you open it up, you fuss with it for a minute, you throw it in that little pocket on the side of your door and leave it there until you need it. This would be a great knife for that. Really good knife for that. I am looking forward to trying the ones with the micarta handles, but I gotta say, man, a big part of this experience with the Buck 110 is how it looks. And looking at Stasa23's video, and he points out how the swedge, how they changed the swedge to a straight, and they just altered the lines of the blade. Why'd you do that? You didn't have to do that. That was extra effort to jack it up. So anyway, but those are matters of taste. And, you know, maybe they make it more EDC friendly. Who knows? I don't know. All I know is that this is a pretty sweet knife. And that $20 is a fair price to pay for it.